In this video, I'm going to show you about linking scripts back to the Unity editor. While there's no built-in functionality for us modifying this code in our scripts within Unity editor, we can modify the variables within the Unity editor. As we've seen already, many of the built-in components for Unity have editable variables in the Unity inspector. For example, the camera class can have various attributes modified here. We can easily add this ease of use feature to our own scripts simply by making the variables public. In the scripts we've written up until now, we've mostly been using variables without a scope explicitly defined. In C#, this defaults to private scope. For variables to be modified in the inspector, we explicitly need to define those variables as public. This does have limitations. The inspector can only show data types it knows how to modify. The nice thing is that the inspector knows how to modify all of the primitive types as well as some of the Unity-specific types. The interface for each data type is specific to that data type and will be checked for valid input. For example, let's take a look at this in the editor. Clicking on the sphere, which we have a link to the editor script attached, we see that it has various values that are editable, and they are defined here in the script. There's also bounds checking on these, so they won't go above their allowed limits. You can't type other characters in there, so we can't do 995 point something because it's an int value. For many Unity data specific types, Unity supports a drag and drop interface for assigning those variables, as well as a selection from a list. So for example, for this other script, we can hit this button here and it will show all the other scripts in the scene, all the other script types. So we can select a variable from there. Now when we hit play, we can see that this will populate this from other string, which is found in the other script. The inspector also supports custom classes. Here we have a custom class that's spaceship component. When creating a custom class, we need to add an attribute to allow the compiler to identify the class as serializable. Classes must be serializable for the inspector to read them. Typically, this is as easy as adding the attribute statement system.serializable just before the class definition. In this custom class, we have a enum that's a component type. And then here we define our type and then a hit points and armor values. Looking at this in the editor, we can see the spaceship component where we can select our type from that list of enums and then set values to whatever we like. In this video, I showed you how to link your scripts back to the Unity editor. Exposing your scripts to the editor this way allows for quick changes and easy testing of various values. Further, changing the values in the editor is a great way to create two objects using the same script, but exhibiting different behaviors or having different properties. This increases the flexibility of your scripts drastically. It's important to consider this functionality when designing your scripts, as it can allow you to easily combine functionality and reduce code duplication.